Last week, Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 and Dragon's Dogma 2 was announced. Internet Explorer is dead, a Nintendo Direct is happening, and the NPD numbers are in. Join us live every Monday at 3:30 Arizona time at twitch.tv/lonercast and later on every podcast service known to man by searching Last Week in Games. Hello, boyos!
Hello, boyos.
Welcome to Last Week in Games, where everything is and forever will be video games. I mean everything. Not just video games, but like movies, text messages, superheroes. They're all video games. Those are the only things that came to my mind when I said that. Welcome to the show.
Curtains, tables.
There you go. Perfect. Start naming appliances. Refrigerator. Lighting.
Fireball. I'm just looking at things in my room.
Oh shit, that's in your room. Okay, well.
Yeah, I got a little shot of Fireball. It's just sitting up there.
Okay,
just waiting for later.
My name is Nick. That over there drinking all the Fireball is my wonderful co-host Jake. Jake, how are you doing? It's been a while.
It's been a while. I'm good, man. Things. I've been up to things. No, this weekend I went up to the old Flagstaff in Arizona and went camping for the first time in like 10 years.
Wow. Do you still hate it?
No, I've never hated camping. I actually quite enjoyed it. It was the perfect campground for someone like me, someone who likes camping but doesn't like camping. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
So it was a log cabin.
No. It was still like I set up a tent. I had a cot though, which was nice.
Oh, nice. Living in luxury over here.
Yeah, and my aunt has an RV, so like we could hang out in the RV if we wanted. It started raining. We went in the RV and hung out. And the best part is it was like a mile from downtown Flagstaff, so it's like, oh shit, we fucked up the food. We can like go up and buy tacos or something.
Nice.
From
what's great about that whole situation? It just prepares you for when we're inevitably all homeless,
right?
And we all have to live a mile out on the outskirts of town in tents in order to just survive. So you're already prepared for.
Well, and while I was doing it, I'm like, I could do this.
Yeah,
I got this. I'm capable.
What about showering? I'm sure you missed showering.
Showering is tough. In that RV, there was a shower. I just didn't use it because it just felt weird.
Huh.
It felt weird.
Well, when you're actually homeless, you're gonna have to lower your standards.
Yeah, you gotta like go to truck stops. You gotta get that $10 membership to
like Planet Fitness. Or whatever.
Yeah. I hear that's what a lot of touring musicians do. They get memberships to Planet Fitness, and then just wherever they are, they just go to Planet Fitness, take a shower.
I like that. That's the way to do it. And as long as you keep up and don't look too homeless, I'm sure they'd let you in and do that. Just go in, take a shower, and leave.
If you're paying the membership, you could even hop on the bike for a minute if you want.
I mean, yeah, if you want, but I'm sure you're getting plenty of exercise walking around.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But anyway, camping was fun. I haven't done it in like 10 years, and while I was up there, I was like, man, it'd be so fun to do this with the boys,
Yeah.
With the boys. There was a no fire thing going on, which was kind of lame because there's a big fire in Flagstaff right now.
I mean, it's gonna be that way for a while in the West because there's the drought. It just keeps continuing year after year. There's no rain.
It did rain up there while I was up there, so that's good.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, lucky needed.
You.
I also went on this like fucking mountain coaster up in Williams, where it's like it's a single rider coaster, right? And it has like handbrakes on it. So like it zips you up to the top, and it just uses gravity and just like sends you down.
That's cool.
You can go as fast or slow as you want. It does max out at around like 32 miles per hour.
That's still pretty fast.
It feels very fast because it'll slow you down if you get too fast, or if you get too close to the person in front of you, it'll slow you down. But I fucking full sent it the whole time, and
That's the only way.
it was terrifying because I think it's designed to look like it's gonna break because it looks like it's gonna break.
Okay.
And like it has straightaways, but the straightaways have like turns in it, like ziggy zaggies.
Like switchbacks is what they're called.
Yeah, like switchbacks. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Mhm.
And it hurts, and it was
Oh yeah.
fun. It was cool
Did
though.
you get some mild whiplash?
Mild whiplash, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
like that
Fantastic.
movie with Miles Teller
Oh yeah.
called
Nice. Good one.
Whiplash.
Good
Got it.
one.
We're on it.
Got him.
We're on it. What about you, Nick? I know you had a fun week as well.
Oh man, I had a busy week, dude. So unlike you, I did not get rained on. However, I just kind of went west. I went into California around the Orange County area and had a good time on the beach. High of 77.
Mm,
So nice.
mm.
So nice every day. High, like that was the hottest it got was
That's
77.
how it was in Flagstaff too. I was like, oh, this is
It's
amazing.
like, and then I looked on the apps and it was like 109 at home. And I'm like, I'm glad I'm not there right now.
Yeah.
But no, got to swim in the
You ever like
ocean.
go on vacation and you're like, why do I live in Phoenix? Why do I do this? Why do I?
Literally every time. However, California's a bit different because I'm like, why do I live in Phoenix? And then I look at the price of literally anything, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that's why I
Well,
live in
that's
Phoenix.
why. Yeah, exactly.
But soon we'll have to move because California's moving its way over here. So um, gas is nearly the same price
Yeah.
over in California. It's like maybe at most $1. Like if you look at the price of like Chevron's always like crazy expensive. But if you look at the price of Chevron and then look at the price of like Costco gas in California, they're pretty equal. Like maybe 10-20 cents difference. And I was like, ooh, this is getting too close.
So if you look at the highest gas here and the
Mhm.
lowest gas in California, they're
Right.
close.
They're pretty close. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's a stretch, but okay.
Well, all right. Yeah. It's too close than it used to be, is all I'm saying.
I get it. Yeah, we are expanding. We got that like fucking chip manufacturing plant being built out here and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
let's
become
see,
a
what
Phoenix
else?
podcast. Let's just talk about Phoenix for an hour.
No, I'm talking about
Oh yeah,
California,
sorry. Go
baby.
ahead.
Orange
Go ahead.
County.
Go ahead.
So yeah, we went to the beach a couple of times, walked around the sand, did the cute, you know, walking on the sand as you do
As you
on the
do.
beach.
Dip your
Got a
toes in.
little burned. I managed to not get as burned as I usually do, which is nice. What else did we do? We saw Top Gun again.
Oh, did you see it
Uh,
in 4DX?
no, I only saw it in the like standard.
Bro, you were
It's
in LA. You could have
Yeah.
seen it in 4DX.
How much is that though?
I don't know. It's probably like $20. But like that's the one where like the seats move and shit and like it blows air at you and it gives you the smells and apparently in
How-
Top Gun it like drops fake snow on you and shit. Sounds awesome.
What? That
I
does
want
sound awesome. I
I
didn't even
know.
know
You should have
that was
gone.
I don't even know where that is. I don't think they
They're
offered that.
they're in LA and they're in Las Vegas. That's all they're
Okay,
in right
well,
now.
LA was like 2 hours north.
Okay.
So
Well,
we still went to LA twice, but
where'd you
we
see
we
Top
also
Gun? Tell me LA. Tell me
it
LA.
was in Irvine. It was in
Okay.
Irvine,
Okay.
which is in Orange County,
Which is in Texas. No, sorry.
which is 2 hours south of LA.
Okay. Gotcha.
We did that. We went to Hollywood, which I've never been.
You've never been to Hollywood.
Never been to Hollywood. It's like shitty Vegas. I gotta say, it's pretty shitty Vegas.
It's way worse than Vegas. There's nothing to do there.
Yeah. So instead of like walking, the strip or whatever the fuck it's called, the walk of stars, star of fame or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
Instead of doing that, we decided to go into a speakeasy.
Oh.
Paid way too much for parking, but the speakeasy was pretty cheap considering it was in Hollywood. And I don't think like a lot of people knew about it because we were kind of there early and like the first ones in the building, and then slowly it started getting more and more people. It was cool though. Like you go to the doorman. The doorman's like, "All right, you're good." You said had to like check a COVID thing. And you go up and you check a room, and the room's locked. You're like, "Well, what the fuck?" You check another room, room's locked. and you hear down the hallway like, "Oh, in here," and you're like, "Ooh, okay." And so you open the third door and you walk in, and there's a lady of the night, if you will, lounging on the bed, like with her fishnets and her hair done and the corset and the like hip
Okay.
lift. And she's like, "I heard you're looking for a good time." And we're like, "Well, of course." And she's like, "Well, right down here." And she like pulls this lever and the bed splits in two. And there's a stairwell underneath. And you just walk past her down the stairs. And there's a full like 5 or 6 bars underneath where you just walked up. It's really cool. And like
That's
it's an
fucking weird.
indoor outdoor sort of situation. So like right on the other side of the wall, you hear people like passing by on on Hollywood Boulevard, and you can look up and you see stars or planes or whatever, and there's fireplaces everywhere. It's kind of cool. It was a very unique experience, and that was probably the coolest thing that we did out there. Something that I normally would never do, but it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, that sounds rad.
And then there was, 5.5 hours to drive home the next day and immediately going to work the day after. So, and we're here. And we're here.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Good,
cool though.
good long week. We'll move right into what you've been playing. I haven't played anything due to this whole thing because, I am the only one I trust to drive. So I drove everywhere.
Fair.
Otherwise, I would have been playing some Switch or something. Um, so I've been playing nothing. Nice. That was a good sound.
Yeah. So
Um,
that
what if,
I'm actually the one that recorded that for Nintendo.
nice.
Yeah.
Did you get credited? Do you get like
I get some royalties every time they play it.
royalties every
Yeah.
time? Nice.
Every
Was it
time,
like
man.
a penny
Yeah. Yeah. It's a penny for each snap.
each snap? Well,
Yeah.
it's something.
So
It's
every time
passive
they
income.
play it, it's 2 pennies because
It's
it's
two
two
snaps.
snaps
Yeah.
for each time.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's passive income. You can't complain.
Well, each commercial plays about 5 times. So every time they play a commercial, it's about 5 cents. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's good. That's good. What have you gotten a chance to play anything on your
Yes. Okay. I've
camping?
got 2 major things I'd like to talk about.
All
Okay.
right.
One of them I didn't get to talk about last week because we were rushing into,
Whoa.
the
Whoa, you
Game
can't
Fest.
say that. You can't say that word.
Rushing?
Russian.
Oh, yeah. We were hurrying
Yes,
into
there you go. Okay, nice.
this is like with the French fries. It's like they're freedom fries now.
Freedom for yeah. You can't say
Spread
Russian.
war.
Can't rush
Uh,
around.
yeah. No, last week we hurried into the Game Fest stuff, so we didn't really get to
Hmm.
talk about what you've been playing.
Yeah.
But I did it, Nick. I finally did it. I beat Triangle Strategy.
Oh boy. That's the second game. I think that's the second game for both of us this year.
I've beaten quite a few games actually this year.
Well,
I've
we
got a
should start
list.
keeping track.
I've got a list.
All right. All right, how many? How many? I don't need to know all the games. I just want to know a number.
Uh, including Triangle Strategy, that would be 5 games.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. But Triangle Strategy, I
Mhm.
liked it.
Mhm.
I do feel like the story went on too long. I really liked the story they told.
Mhm.
But the story was far too long and could have been cut in half easily. It took me about 50 hours to beat. I would have been perfectly happy if the game was like 30, 35 hours as opposed to the 50 that I played. Because at a certain point, it tells side stories for each one of your like crew members, and at a certain
Right.
point, I just stopped paying attention to the side characters' stories, which I
Gotcha.
would have liked to actually keep investing my time into that. But like the main story was just like going on for so long. And like I know exactly where I'd cut it to. Like there's a certain section that I would just cut that entire section out. But the story of like the war and like the different paths you can take, I saw online like the ending I got, like the last battle I got, was a completely different battle than what some other people got. Like, so depending on the different paths you take, you get different battles, you get different ends, you get different
that's cool.
fight scenarios. My biggest issue with the game is it doesn't change up the gameplay enough, right? And it doesn't have enough battle scenarios. I wish there were more battle scenarios and less story. Like if it was 50 hours, but there were more battle instead of the story, I would have been happier. Like cut a big chunk of the story out and just add more battles. And then they could have even incorporated like more like story is part of the battle sort of thing, which only happened a handful of times.
Gotcha.
Where like the story and the battles felt very disconnected at a lot of times. But like there's one battle in particular where you use because it's like a Fire Emblem type game. So, or like a, what's it called? XCOM sort of deal. Final Fantasy Tactics. But there's one where it's like you're in a mining facility and you can use mine carts to get farther along on the map, right? And I'm like, that's an interesting mechanic. It's one of the only times they throw in like an interesting mechanic. And I'm like, you could even just do another map with mining carts and I'd be happy. Like it just needed more. The most it did was like different heights mean you can move a different amount of spaces or whatever, which is fine. That's fine enough, but I wish there was more of that going on. But ultimately, I really liked it. If you're into that kind of game, I definitely recommend it. But I think it is for a certain kind of person. If you know, like it's a certain kind of game. If you like those JRPG tactics games, then this is good. But it is very basic. It does encourage like multiple playthroughs, so you can get different endings. But like I'm not doing that. Fuck that. I already spent 50 hours. I could see someone getting really invested though and being like, I put 200 hours into this game because I wanted to see all the endings and stuff. And it does show you like the paths, like sort of like a David Cage game where you can like pull out and be like, I could have gone this way, but I went this way. So it does do that. So you, if you want to, there you can see everything. And you can have like save states and fudge it that way if you want.
Go back to it. Yeah. I got you. What's your second thing though?
The other game I've been playing, Nick, and I'm about halfway through it now. I started during the camping trip. I started playing Bayonetta 2. I brought my Switch with. I'm like, fuck it, dude. I have Bayonetta 2. I haven't played it. I need to play this game. Bayonetta 3 is supposed to come out this year. It's not. It's not coming out this year, but it's supposed to. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to play this game. And I've been putting it off for a long time because Bayonetta 1, I beat it. And I'm like, is there really anything else they can do with this? And after playing Bayonetta 2, like the half I've been playing, yes, there is. Bayonetta 2 is far superior to Bayonetta 1. It feels like so much less janky. And the story is fucking hilarious. Like just how like sexy she is used to like perfect comedic effect. Like it's hilarious every time she does some sort of sexy pose or like, you know, her outfit is her hair. So like she's just like randomly naked all the time and like she like encouraging people to call her mommy and stuff. Like it's hilarious.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
And it's got a sort of God of War thing going on as well, where it's like she has to escort this younger Loki kid along with her, and it's hilarious because it's fucking Bayonetta escorting this fucking like child along with her.
That is true.
Yeah, it's very funny. It's very good, and the gameplay is very fun. And I could see myself right now. I'm trying to rush through it just to like beat it, but I could see myself going back through and being like, okay, I want to get better scores and stuff. You know, it's got that platinum thing where it's like you want to play it multiple times to get better scores and blah blah blah. But like, and there are like certain paths within certain missions you can miss, like fight scenarios and stuff. But yeah, It's fucking awesome, dude. It's a fucking great game. I highly recommend.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. I might have to jump back in because the problem I had jumping into it was like playing immediately after playing and beating Bayonetta 1. I started playing Bayonetta 2 and I'm like, I don't need any more of this game.
Right.
I need a break. I can't just go from, hack and slash fighter to hack and slash fighter. I need
Well, now it's
something
been a
else.
while, so
It's been a while. So I might have to
it's
go
been a
back
while.
probably after Astral Chain then.
Yeah,
So,
because those are similar games too. So
yeah. Yeah, they are actually thinking about it.
they're made by the same
Uh
people. So
yeah. So I don't know. Maybe one day I'll have to go back to it. But
yeah.
who knows? Who knows? Uh,
I'm
let's,
excited. I'm excited to beat it though, and I should beat it this week, hopefully. So
wow, really? You put that much time into it, huh?
it's a short game. I mean, it's like 10 hours, and I'm halfway
Yeah.
through it now. So
Well,
it's
good.
16. It's
Best.
16 chapters, and I think I'm 10 chapters in. So
Wow. Well,
yeah,
best of luck to you.
yeah, we'll see.
Um, let's get in the titties. Let's move this
Yeah.
show right along. First tidbit of news. Square Enix showed off the next installment of Final Fantasy VII Remake on Thursday during a live stream celebrating the 25th anniversary of the seminal role-playing game. The second part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake project is titled Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and is coming to PlayStation 5 next winter. Uh, that could mean a late 2023 or early 2024 release window. This is exciting.
Yeah.
I didn't see this. I didn't This is news to me. I saw another thing that they showed off.
What was it? The Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 something or other. Tactics, I think.
Wasn't Tactics.
It looked like Tactics.
I forget. It was like a PSP game that they're remaking or something, right?
Right. And I saw that. I'm like, oh, that looks cool, but there was no gameplay or whatever. What was this? What did they show off in this?
I think they just showed oh yeah, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. Was that the other thing you
That's
saw?
what it was. Crisis Core.
I was
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
for that. They just sort of showed a like brief trailer, and then they're like, it's called Rebirth and comes out next winter. I mean, it wasn't anything really. It was just sort of confirming that the game is in development and it's coming.
Okay.
But yeah, that's cool. I wonder what this sort of gameplay is gonna be like compared to the first one. Like, is it? I imagine
I would
ultimately
hope
it'll
it'd
be the.
similar.
I think ultimately like the gameplay will be the same, but will it? I know from just hearing about people who have played the game, the first one ends right when like the big world kind of opens up in the original
Mhm.
game. So I
Yeah.
wonder if this will be a more like open game
Open world.
than the first one. Not
It
necessarily
could be.
open world, but like, just more open. Because
Right.
the original remake is very
Linear.
it's linear with some like hubs, right? And the
Yeah.
hubs are kind of small.
Yeah.
Never beat the game, but I put like 20 hours into the game, and yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, no, I think they could do an open world and just kind of be like ruin it, honestly, because it'll be an open, empty world. I think kind of like how Final Fantasy VII was, because honestly, Final Fantasy VII was just a big, open, empty world where you had certain boss fight areas and dungeons and stuff. Um, and if they do that again, I feel like it could ruin it. But if they kind of remake it so that it's brought into the now, like they did with the seven with the remake, I think it'll be all right. The other thing that they announced was Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, which is a remaster of the classic PSP game.
yeah.
So that's what we were talking about earlier. And
Uh,
it looks so much better.
I think it's pretty. It's good that this is coming out either next year or the year after. meaning that there's like a 2, maybe 3 year cycle between these games. Because like
Yeah.
between the announcement of Final Fantasy VII Remake and its actual release date, it was like 6 years. So
Oh, it was so long.
yeah, it was a long fucking time. It might have even been like a full decade before it actually came out. So like a lot of people were worried, like, oh, we're not going to see part 2 forever, and we're not going to
For
see
another
this.
for another 10 years. We'll be 80 by the time we finish Final Fantasy VII again.
Right. I also wonder how many of these they're going to do
I'm sure if they keep selling well,
forever.
for as long as they can,
You think?
um,
You don't think?
until they finish the story.
I feel like they'd have to top out at 3, right? Like,
No way, dude. Final Fantasy VII is gigantic.
huh.
It's gigantic. The story takes forever. It's a JRPG. It's an OG JRPG. No way in hell it was going to be 3 and done. It'll be like 7. I could see a 7. I could see them doing 7 just because it's Final Fantasy VII.
So you're saying to me it's going to take them like 22 years to
Yes.
complete this story?
Yes.
I okay.
I mean,
I feel like they got to top out at 3 and then move on to something else, right?
Well, what are they going to do? Only tell you half the story or rush the entire story in the last one? It just doesn't make any sense.
We don't know how much of the story they're going to tell in the next one.
I guess not, but yeah.
I mean, like the original game's only what, like 50 hours?
Yeah.
And then
It's
the remake itself is 70 hours. Like,
yeah.
So like how much of this
You're right. You're right. Okay. I could see 3 then. Fuck me. Whatever.
I
I'm
have
wrong.
heard
You're right.
heard that like the remake is only like the first 10 hours of the game though. So I don't know. You could be right. I just feels like a waste of resources that could be used on anything else.
On anything else?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if it does last for 20 years on a 3-year cycle, 4-year cycle. So
I am surprised they didn't go with like the title like Final Fantasy VII R2/25. You know.
Oh yeah.
That's just what they do.
That's just what they do. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII 3847 XXII
dash
CCM11, That's how it is.
dash Z.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Rebirth is a good name though. I like it.
I mean, I don't know if they need to name every single one of these. They could just say Final Fantasy Remake Part 2, Part 3, Part 4. Like Last of Us.
Part 1.
I feel
part
like
two.
Part 1, Part 2. Like,
I think they wanted to stray away from that because I feel like they're like, if people didn't play Remake, they can play this one.
Yeah.
I feel like they want people to just buy it. They don't care.
Yeah, that's true. It's the only like Final Fantasy IP that I'm actually still interested in, to be honest. Like I see the other Final Fantasy games and like that looks not like a game I want to play.
That new one got me rock hard. I don't know.
Got you hot and bothered.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just something for somebody else. Maybe it could be really fucking good and I'll jump back into it. Maybe it could get me back into it. Let's move on. Capcom officially announced the long-awaited Dragon's Dogma 2 during its special 10th anniversary celebration for the original game. Now, this was weird because they literally had a Capcom event and mentioned the 10th anniversary of Dragon's Dogma 2 within this event, this live stream and the showcase or whatever, and they didn't bring it up. But then they're like, hey, stay tuned for a 10th anniversary Dragon's Dogma 2 thing for updates or something for the celebration. I'm sure less people tuned into that to hear the news that Dragon's Dogma 2 was coming out. If they did it at the Capcom event, I feel like it would have been a bigger hit. The Capcom event just in general. Or maybe it was like one of those things that's just like reeled you in, Dragon's Dogma. People went, "Oh my god, Dragon's Dogma!" And then they're like, "Oh, they didn't say anything. It's just the 10th anniversary. Thanks for being a fan for 10 years." with no news, and then a week later they're like, "Oh yeah, Dragon's Dogma 2, by the way, no big
Yeah.
deal." Like
Well, I
what?
feel
No,
that
it's huge news for the fans.
I feel like the same about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's like you could have showed this at Keely's thing. That would have been like a huge pop.
Yeah,
Keely couldn't get it,
maybe.
I guess.
Keely couldn't pay for it, or
Or
whatever.
or Xbox. Like you could have showed this at Xbox.
But I don't know if it's coming to Xbox.
Well, it's probably not coming to Game Pass. But
Well, it's not coming. I don't think it's coming to Xbox either. Final Fantasy Remake is not on Xbox.
I think it is.
I
Looking
do
it
not
up.
believe so.
Remake.
But it's exciting. This Dragon's Dogma 2 thing is people have been wanting this game for 10 years. Dragon's Dogma was really different and really unique. If they can keep that uniqueness and bring it to the future, I'm all game. All game. What you find?
Looks like so the original Final Fantasy VII is on Xbox.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think the remake is.
Yeah, see,
I'm surprised by that because the newer Final Fantasies are.
Yeah, but this Final Fantasy VII has been a PlayStation staple for 20 years.
Right,
It
but like
came out on the PlayStation 1.
So was Crash Bandicoot, and when the remake came out, it was on everything.
I don't know, man.
Like 15 was on Xbox.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have a history with Dragon's Dogma at all?
I played it. I liked it. I didn't beat it because it wasn't my copy. I was playing on somebody else's. But I really liked it. The combat was fun. You could like hold on to creatures and hit them and chop off different parts. It was kind of like Monster Hunter, but also Mass Effect, but also Lord of the Rings esque. And you could have like followers and party members. It was better Skyrim, is what it was, honestly. It was smaller, better Skyrim. Um, yeah, it was really cool. And if this second one brings that old kind of gameplay, the old ideas, and moves it forward in time, this is going to be a sweet game. One to look out for sure.
Yeah, I
Especially,
have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
especially if TikTok, Jesus, I just read TikTok. Especially if Capcom,
Capcom, TikTok. What's the difference?
yeah, this is the difference. Especially if Capcom gives them the funding to actually make it decent and gives them time.
Right.
I mean, they've fucking had 10 years. So who
Yeah.
knows how long they've actually been working on it. I don't think they had a release date for it at all. But so 3 years is what I'm giving it. Comes out 2025.
Yeah, I have no history with Dragon's Dogma at all. Never even really heard of the game until this. But
I would say to check it out, but it's too old. At this point, if you've picked it up, you'd be
I like
like
old games, so
it's cool, but also dated.
yeah.
And
But
probably a little empty.
I just saw everyone online like popping off about it. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, there you go. I guess I got to check this one out.
You know how like there are those movies that people are like, this is the best movie ever, but not everybody's seen that movie, like a cult classic. This game is that. It's like a lot of people haven't played this game, but the ones that have are like, great game.
This is shit. Yeah,
it's a really good game. It just doesn't have the breadth of people who've played it. Moving right along. Sad news, everybody. Internet Explorer is officially dead. So all of your apps that you've had on Internet Explorer no longer work.
I'll never forget downloading Google Chrome on you, Internet Explorer.
I know. You know what's funny? So this is a big deal at work for me because a couple of our systems use plugins for Internet Explorer because I work at a school district. And school districts are never updated. We use the oldest crap and pay the most money for the oldest crap. So Internet Explorer goes down and my work's like, oh shit, we're fucked. We're all fucked. We can't control anything. We can't, all the air conditioner units are off or whatever. And it's like, why are you guys still on Internet Explorer? Microsoft Edge is a thing. Firefox was a thing. Chrome is definitely a thing. Haven't you thought about switching this at all? No, not at all. So normally I'd be like, this isn't fucking news. Like, we have other things. There's so many other things. Internet Explorer, if you haven't gotten rid of Internet Explorer, what's wrong with you? But now I'm like, well, people still use it, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, yeah, I remember like in like grade school, or maybe it wasn't grade school. It was maybe it was high school. Um, we had like computer lab. That must have been like 8th grade or something.
seventh, eighth grade probably.
Yeah. And I remember
2008.
they had Internet Explorer, and they were like, "Do not download Google Chrome. Don't do it." And I'm like, I want to. It's right there. It's so much better. Like, what are you guys doing? What is
Well,
this?
we would all download Firefox though, because
Yeah.
Firefox didn't have the ad wall because
That's what
they
it
couldn't.
was. At the
Yeah,
time, Firefox was the shit. Yeah, that was
yeah.
the business because Google Chrome hadn't really hit the scene yet. Yeah, you're right.
The schools also didn't have the firewall to deal with, a new engine. It was all based within Internet Explorer. So, you download a new engine and it's like, okay, well now you have free range of the internet.
Did,
So,
did you know like a lot of military systems still use like Windows XP?
I'm sure, dude.
And Windows has to actively make updates for it just because it would be too much of a hassle for Windows
That's
to.
government funding, man. As long as I've worked the school system, it's like, yeah, the government doesn't give a shit. You're gonna use the oldest crap.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was
Be-
like XP or Vista. It's one of those older OSs, but
because yeah, it's too much of a pain in the ass to switch over the whole system
well, I think
to a
it's
new
like it's one of those things where like if they shut down the system, like the nukes will go off. Like it's
thing.
some crazy shit like that, and they're like, we literally can't. Yeah.
That's kind of scary,
Yeah.
knowing that that's like a
That's our
dwindling
military.
thing.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah, in the background, something terrible, catastrophic could happen. The
Yeah.
nuclear plant could go under because there was a crash on Windows XP. Windows
Yeah.
XP blue screened, and now there's a nuclear meltdown. Great. Like,
Uh
fantastic. Crazy
that's
shit, man.
just how it goes, man. Well, rest in peace, Internet Explorer. You were great in 2003. Um, I'll never forget you. Moment of silence for Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer is a Microsoft thing, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So
It is Microsoft Edge
like it's
before
weird.
Microsoft Edge.
It's weird they even have like why'd they even switch? Just because they wanted to put Microsoft in their title.
I think they needed to in order to do what Chrome does. They're like, oh shit, we need to update this, but we don't want to have to like rewrite everything within Internet Explorer. So let's just come up with a new program that is Internet Explorer, but mostly it's Chrome.
It could also
Yeah,
be because like Internet Explorer just sounds stupid and old, you know?
it does sound old and stupid.
Like Google
But
Chrome,
but
Microsoft Edge is like
yeah, it is edgier and cooler, but you know what's next? I have a feeling Safari is going to be next because that is the dumbest. That is the dumbest
they won't
name
change
for
that.
an internet exploring service. Fucking Safari.
I'm gonna
Fuck
download
you, Apple, dude.
Safari on my Windows 11 machine.
And fucking go for it. Let's move on to the news. Uh,
Yes.
the I'll save that for last. I'll save the NPD numbers for last because we
Yeah.
usually do.
Yeah.
Moving right along, Gran Turismo movie from District 9 director gets a release date and a plot synopsis. This comes from David Walensky at GameSpot, and he says GameSpot can confirm the earlier report that District 9 director Neil Blomkamp will be adapting Sony's Gran Turismo racing game series into a movie, due to arrive August 11th, 2023. It was previously reported that the project might be a TV series, but that has turned out not to be the case. The plot synopsis of the film reads: based on a true story, the film is the ultimate wish fulfillment tale of a teenage Gran Turismo player whose gaming skills won a series of Nissan competitions to become an actual professional race car driver. And end quote. Um, this sounds dumb as fuck. This sounds like Ready Player One to me.
I mean, it's based on a true story though.
I know, but it still sounds dumb as fuck. Like, I mean, if anybody can do it right, Neil Blomkamp can, because because District 9 was fantastic. More than it should have been. Um, but
It feels like a weird project for Neil Blomkamp actually, because
it sure does.
he's more of like a weird like alien almost horror type thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh
Like a real thinking, like, you know, system, how the system works in general, like behind the scenes sort of thing, more so than just it's a racing movie,
yeah, it's a
you know.
movie about racing.
But
Yeah.
I did see Top Gun. It was pretty good. The some of the scenes were really good. So the way that movies can make you feel like you're part of like a race, I'm kind of into it. If they can put me in the driver's seat in this movie, you need more than that, really. Just experience. It's just an experience, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it could be cool. I actually think that's a personally, I think that's like a good direction to go with Gran Turismo, because I think
Hmm.
there's a lot of ways you can fuck up a Gran Turismo movie, like they
Oh
did
yeah,
with like Need for Speed or whatever, um, and just like make it this basically Fast and Furious type thing, taking like a real story and you could like turn it into like this movie has heart, you know? Oh, look at this guy, this kid fulfilling his dreams, you know, like yeah. Or it could turn into Space Jam, where it's like where it's like
yeah,
I I
yeah.
liked Bugs Bunny when I was baby. Now I'm LeBron James and Bugs Bunny.
Look at
Yeah.
the characters that I'm racing against. Oh, it's Donkey Kong. Oh, that's
Yeah.
it's Mario. Holy crap, Jack and Daxter. Like that would be the movie. I would hate that.
I do
I
think
would absolutely hate that.
Sony's putting a lot of stock though into their movie department,
They
like their
sure
video
are.
game department, and I feel like they're gonna try, because right now I think Sony Pictures, like the movie side of Sony, is like desperate for something other than Spider-Man. You know,
Yeah.
they're like,
Yeah.
we have Spider-Man, but every time we do anything with Spider-Man, it's bad. So like, what can we do that's a big franchise that we can make money on? Well, Ghostbusters.
Mhm.
They did that. It failed the first time, and then it kind of worked the second time. I think that's them. And then they're like, we also have this giant video game company with beloved properties that people love. Why don't we turn some of these things into movies? If we actually put some fucking elbow grease and love and care into it, maybe it could be something. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope it's good. It's an interesting premise, you know? Like
Sony movies, Sony Pictures, it's always like 50-50 whether it's going to be good or not. Because they delivered us the best Spider-Man movie that's ever been conceived with Into the Spider-Verse.
mhm,
And then
mhm.
immediately after that, pretty much, we got Morbius. You know? So it's just kind of like, okay. Morbius comes out and now I'm nervous for Into the Spider-Verse 2.
Yeah,
Um,
Morbius and Venom. Yeah.
but it's one of those things that's like they do really good stuff sometimes and they do really bad stuff sometimes. So it's you never know what you're gonna get with Sony Pictures, and I there's no one you can really trust. Like I could not tell you a name that I would blame for the bad movies and a name that I would rejoice for the good movies, because doesn't seem to be any correlation between any of those movies. So let's hope that Neil Blomkamp can.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Into the Spider Verse was made by Lord and Miller,
Mhm.
who also did like the Lego Movie and shit. So like, they are the reason that movie fucking kicks ass, not Sony. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
Sony
yeah.
just made a really good hire with
I
those
mean,
two.
that's
So,
that's all it is, really, right? That's all
but
you're
then
doing
again,
as like Disney or Sony. You're just choosing who's going to work on the movies.
I think Disney fired Lord and Miller from Solo. So you know what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
That's yeah.
I, I don't know. I don't
Maybe it
know.
is Sony. Maybe it is Sony. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? They're pulling the strings. I'm gonna blame them.
Just have
Moving
Lord
right
and Miller
along.
make everything.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Hey
Moving
man,
right
they
along.
made 21 Jump Street, man. Come on,
Did they also make 22 Jump Street?
they did.
Oh, okay, that was a good movie too.
I like that one.
They did great. The
Yeah,
fact that like it's literally the same movie and they acknowledge it many times in the movie is like, okay, this fucking works. And if they come out with a 23 Jump Street and it's literally 22 Jump Street again, I that would be so funny. It
did
would
you
work
hear what their
so well.
did you hear what their original plan was for 23 Jump Street?
Oh, we're going on a tangent, everybody. Get
Yeah,
buckle in,
buckle
strap
in.
in.
We're
Here
going
we
on a
go.
tangent, baby.
Clip.
Their their original idea for 23 Jump Street was it was going to be called Men in 23 Jump Street, and it was supposed to be a Men in
Men
Black
in Black.
22 Jump Street crossover,
Okay.
where they become the Men in Black. But instead, Sony decided to reboot Men in Black, and we got that fucking horrible
Yeah.
Thor and Valkyrie Men in Black movie instead.
Yeah. I didn't even see that.
Me either. I just know Thor and Valkyrie are in it,
Yeah.
which I always thought was weird.
That's crazy. That would be weird and also kind of funny, but I like the direction that it went.
Yeah.
So, all right, ride's over, everybody. Get out.
Take off your
Click.
seatbelts.
Yeah. Here's your vomit bag if you need it. Moving right along. Keep this train rolling. Official PlayStation 5 Pro controllers are coming soon with hardware details by Tom Henderson at Tryhard Guides. This is a new one. This is a
But
new
Tom
one.
Henderson is not a new one. I swear he writes for like IGN or something too.
It could be. Could be. He's a freelance. Could be. Could be like our boy, Mr. Collider,
Yeah.
Austin Ellison.
Could be.
And Tom Henderson writes, Sony is working on a genuine professional controller for the PlayStation 5, and the
God
company
bless.
will reveal new hardware in the coming weeks. Sources have claimed it's believed the codename for the controller is Hunt, which will have several interesting features, including removable analog sticks, trigger stops, and rear buttons. Flappy paddles, as he puts it. That's a stupid name. These claims of such hardware come alongside pictures of alleged prototype, which has been sent under the condition that the pictures are not published and the source remains anonymous. Cool, dude. Cool.
I'm all
we
about
were
it.
we were really hoping the PlayStation 5 would be like a pro controller automatically, because that's how controllers should be designed, with back buttons.
Yeah.
Because that's where our fucking fingers are. You hold a controller like this and all of your fingers in the back and underutilized.
Just 2 buttons would have been nice, you know? Just like you don't
Yeah.
even need to add like 5 buttons, just an extra button
Just
like
an
on each
extra-
side.
Yeah, exactly. So this is really cool. I'll probably pick one up if it's PC supported, which it probably will be.
It's never as seamless though as the Xbox controllers.
I don't know, dude. I just plugged my
PC.
PlayStation 5 controller right into my PC.
Well, it's good they got those drivers figured out because for a while that was not the case. But
That is true. You had to like download your own thing and make it think it was an Xbox controller.
yeah,
You know, I'm a PlayStation fanboy, and
I do much prefer the PlayStation controller over the Xbox controller.
Mhm.
That being said, Xbox has always had the like not accessibility. What you know?
The ease of use.
No, like you can design your own controller and
The customization.
yeah, it's had like customization and they've had the pro controllers where you could like upgrade your controllers any way you like, get them any color you want. You can get them engraved if you want. And Sony has always lacked in that department where it's like we have our controllers. They come in red and blue and camouflage.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Always.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while they'll do like special colors. And granted, Sony probably makes so much more money than Xbox because it's like they release those special controllers and everyone's on that shit. Where the Xbox ones, it's like they come in white and black, or you can go to the lab thing and make whatever you want. But yeah, I'm all about it. I would love a PlayStation 5 Pro controller, especially with the removable analog sticks. So we could actually fix
Thick.
fix our drift if it ended up
Our
happening.
drift. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure.
sounds
Good
nice.
news. Good news. You know what this screams to me? PlayStation State of Play soon. That's what it screams. We're gonna get we're gonna get a VR. We still need that PSVR 2
That's true.
State of Play. I
That's
could see them
true.
also announcing the controllers.
A
in that
release
State of
date
Play.
for PSVR 2 would be done at a showcase. You're right.
Yep.
And then something like this at the showcase, and then just like big game announcements, like the Wolverine coming out today.
Yeah, okay. We can dream. We can fucking dream. Uncharted 5 in the works for next year. Yeah.
Uncharted 5 comes out in 3 weeks.
While you wait for The Last of Us multiplayer, here's Last of Us Part 3. Oh,
Today.
Yeah. Jesus.
Also, we bought Xbox.
No, please God, no.
Oh
God, that would be horrible.
They wouldn't be the buttons buying Xbox. It'd be the other way around.
It would be Amazon. Oh God, let's hope not. Let's move right along to the NPD numbers, the thing I've been putting out till the end. This means we're at the end of the show.
Well, we still have one more thing after this, actually.
I mean, we have a couple. What do you mean? We've got recent reviews and we got next week in games.
Yeah, there's a big thing in next week in games. Anyway, go ahead.
Sweet. Okay, moving on. NPD numbers. Here they come. You ready for this? This is for the top 10 selling video games of May 2022, and in order of top selling. Number 1 is Elden Ring, moving back up the list. Number 2 is Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, moving down the list. Number 3 is Nintendo Switch Sports. Number 4, a new game, Evil Dead: The Game.
Good for them.
Kind of surprising. I have not heard anything about this game.
I've seen Bruce Campbell. I've seen Bruce Campbell out there promoting the fuck out of this game. So
really,
yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's big in some circles, just not the circles I
think it's exactly like that Friday the 13th game.
I can imagine. Maybe a little bit better. Number 5, MLB The Show 22. Number 6, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Number 7, Call of Duty Vanguard.
Damn.
Still up there, boy. Number 8, forever and always, will be Mario Kart 8. It's always going to be number 8.
Yep.
And I will die the day it is not on this list. Number 9, Gran Turismo 7. Number 10, Pokemon Legends Arceus. That was May 2022 best-selling games. Now, on to the big boys. Top-selling games year to date.
This is the craziest fucking thing I've ever seen. Anyway, go ahead.
These are the games that sold the best this year so far. At number 1, Elden Ring. At number 2, Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. At number 3, Pokemon Legends Arceus. 4, Horizon 2 Forbidden West. Number 5, MLB The Show 22. Number 6, Call of Duty Vanguard. At number 7, Gran Turismo 7. Number 8, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. At number 9, you guessed it, Mario Kart 8. At number 10, Madden NFL 22.
So the reason I said this is the craziest fucking thing is because this list is exactly the same as last month, except for Mario Kart 8 is in 9th place now and Madden NFL 22 is in 10th. Like they switched because Mario Kart 8 is climbing back up to number 8 to reclaim its rightful place.
At number 8.
At number 8, yes.
Yep.
We just need that DLC to come out.
I bet you as soon as that next DLC comes out, dude, right there.
Oh, yeah.
At number 8. It'll be at number 8 in December, and I will throw up because this game has been alive for far too long.
Dude, I'm absolutely astounded by Lego Star Wars. Like, that is crazy. That we all grew up with it. It not only took over Elden Ring last month as number 1, then this month to remain at number 2. Like that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Dude, it's Star Wars. It's
It is Star Wars.
nostalgia.
It's nostalgia.
It's right around the time that like all of us kids have the money that we all played Lego Star Wars, the trilogy, and then the saga. So now we got all 9 episodes, and there's a whole bunch of characters. I can see this one being
Yeah.
up here for a
And
while,
people are hot
honestly.
on Star Wars right now with Obi-Wan and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're hot on Star Wars with all of the spoiler cast going on at twitch.tv/lonercast and
Hell yeah, dude.
also
And
lonercast on YouTube.
and
Um,
fucking Obi-Wan makes me rock hard, but we'll talk about that in a couple weeks.
yes.
Rock
Um,
hard though. Rock hard,
cool.
dude.
I always like looking at PT numbers. It's so
Yeah.
interesting,
It's
except for
fun.
this month, I suppose. I guess it's still interesting because everything stayed the same, which is kind of rare.
Yeah, you notice
Um,
Call of Duty Vanguard is just, well, first of
it's
all, it's not even on the year to date, which is just, well, it is. It's at number
it
6,
is
but it's
it is
it's slowly working its way down the list,
yeah.
which
Yeah,
is
but you know what? Well, you know what's not going to happen? It'll stay on the list until Modern Warfare 2 comes out.
yeah.
And then Modern Warfare 2 will shoot all the way to the top and stay there
But it
for a year.
but if you remember last year, it was, what was it, Black Ops 4 or something?
Black Ops, whatever the newest Black Ops
And
was.
Modern Warfare were like on the top together
Mhm.
the entire
Yep.
year. And then
Yep.
when Call of Duty Vanguard came out, like it was the two Call of Duty games, and now, but
Yep.
Vanguard is really, this really just shows how much of a failure Vanguard is, which is crazy because it's still on the top 10. But
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yep.
shows how big of a
It's Call of
franchise
Duty.
Call of Duty
It'll
is, I
be
guess.
it'll be at the top 10 for a while. That they would have to
Yes.
really fuck up for a long time to get Call of Duty below top 10.
Yeah.
It's just got such a name to it. Uh, Recent reviews via OpenCritic. We've only got one, and it's a big one. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge finally has come out, I believe. Yes, it came out today, I think, or like Friday. And it's doing pretty good. 87 out of 77 critic reviews. So that's almost a 90, everybody.
Good job. All that
Yeah.
hard work finally paid off.
Yeah, all those pushbacks and whatever. This game seems to be good. If you like these kind of games, pick it up
Yeah.
because
It's not my thing,
everybody
but
seems to like it. Also, next week in games. Next week we have from Nintendo on Twitter. They say tune in on 6/22.
just on Wednesday.
Yeah, let's see. Did I have that on my calendar? Did I put that on my calendar? No, I had 6/29. Oh,
Oh.
dang. Okay. I was a week behind. Okay. Sorry. Tune in on 6/22 at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for a live streamed Xenoblade Chronicles 3 direct presentation featuring roughly 20 minutes of information about the upcoming RPG adventure for hashtag Nintendo Switch. Also, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes comes out on the Switch June 24th.
We're not going to talk about that.
Nope, we're moving on. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Xenoblade.
Okay, that's fine. I don't really either. But this, to me, this is wild news. Considering last week we got the rumors about a fucking Nintendo Direct coming at the end of this month, and it was supposed to be like an E3 level. And this makes me think, no, they're just like, fuck it, we're never doing those again.
It could be.
That's
a good point. Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up.
It's kind of fucking
be.
depressing.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah.
It's very much state of play-ish.
Yeah, because remember,
like we're just focusing on one game.
Alana Pierce was like, it's happening on the 29th. Nintendo Direct is happening.
Maybe it still is. Maybe she's right. Maybe I'm right. Maybe it'll still be on the 29th, and that's their big thing. This is just getting it out of the way.
Yeah, maybe they're just like, we want Xenoblade Chronicles to have its own thing, and then we'll have like more time for other stuff.
Maybe it's a fucking misdirect. Everybody thinks it's happening on the 29th, right? And they're like, shit. Well, we gotta like put one out early so that the hype for next week is going to be insane, right? They're like, Xenoblade, that's not going to be in there. We announced that earlier. Now it's the hype. Now we get Bayonetta 3. We get the Zelda thing, Breath of the Wild 2. We get F-Zero. We get, we get all these good ones that we're
Donkey
working
Kong
on.
64 too.
Yeah, dude. Donkey Kong Switch is what it'll be called.
Yeah. New
Who
Mario game
knows,
would be
dude?
cool. Yeah.
Nintendo likes to keep shit close to the chest, and I could see them doing this because it's not unheard of that we get like 3 days warning before, like, even this news came out like an
Today.
hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out an hour ago, and the 22nd is 2 days from now.
Right.
So it would not surprise me, like on Monday of next week, they're like, oh yeah, also tune into our biggest showcase ever for the year. Happening in 2 days. Good luck.
What would you like to see from Nintendo? Like
I
what
just
is
told you. I literally
all
just
those
told you.
things? Okay.
Yeah, I would like to see that. I would also like to see Astral Chain 2 because we got a fucking hint on it on the Bayonetta trailer that they showed last time, and I'm like, you son of a bitch. That's an Astral Chain character. I see it. Oh, it's Bayonetta. Fuck you. Fuck you. But it's Platinum. They're working on Bayonetta 3. I don't think we'll see Astral Chain. Anyway, yeah, I would love to see F-Zero.
I want
That's
two things from Nintendo. Two
Okay.
things.
Okay.
Well, and F-Zero. I would like a new F-Zero. In fact, I'd like a new Star Fox as well. But
also Donkey Kong.
I'll take another 2D Donkey Kong. We don't need a 3D Donkey Kong. I would take it though. But I would really like Switch Pro, like beefier Switch,
Yeah.
more power
Yeah.
Switch,
Mhm,
better
mhm.
screen.
Yeah.
Just prolong the life. Do it like the new 3DS, where it's like,
Yeah.
you could still play your old games on this thing, but there will come a time where your old Switch won't work anymore. Like they did with the new 3DS.
It needs it. It needs it.
And Nintendo's not shy to that. They've been doing that since the 64, right? Donkey Kong 64. You needed the little red, thing to put inside of your 64 to make the game work or whatever.
Oh,
so Nintendo's not new to that. They should do that, and they should just do that forever. Just keep making better and better Switches. That's it. That's all we want from you, Nintendo. Like, you did it. You made the perfect handheld console. Just keep making it better and better and better, okay? Otherwise, the Steam Deck is going to come and roll you over, okay?
Yeah.
They're already starting to do that. They're bending the Switch over and just, taking them to Browntown.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
The other thing I really want from Nintendo, because it's been a goddamn minute since we've gotten this from Nintendo.
Jesus, this is the most raunchy part of the episode. I'm sorry, everybody. Jake's going off the deep end about this Nintendo shit.
I would like it if Nintendo showed me their areolas. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. I'm putting a not safe for work tag on this.
Yeah, remember that piss kink I was talking about earlier, Nick?
Yeah, I remember. Jesus. We're going back. I need to end the show right now. I need to reel it in.
Really, what I want from Nintendo is a new IP. Because I feel like we haven't gotten a new big IP from Nintendo since Splatoon. Yeah. And we're currently getting the third Splatoon game. And I would love just some sort of new IP from Nintendo. Yeah. Give us that Nintendo charm, lovable characters. You could put these bad boys into fucking Mario Kart if you want.
That's what I'm saying. We need more characters for Mario Kart.
Yeah, and I need a new IP from Nintendo. It's time. It's time for a new IP. I don't know what it is. Some sort of cute guy.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, cute little man doing something.
Why does it have to be man? Why can't it be a nice African American woman?
Cute little boy.
Oh God, I don't like that you said that.
Cute little girl.
Giving your history.
Okay, I'm with you. We should end this.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to check out our other Lonercast shows, such as the Spoiler Cast, which we are doing right after the show, live on twitch.tv/Lonercast and YouTube live. I don't know what YouTube live is, but find us Lonercast on YouTube. We're live every single Monday, 3:30 Arizona time. We are working on all of the Star Wars live action Star Wars. I should put asterisk live action because we will not be covering any of the cartoons.
Should we watch the Clone Wars movie? It was theatrically released.
There's a movie?
The movie came out before the show. The movie
Oh,
launched
yeah,
the
yeah.
show.
Like the really ugly looking.
Yeah, people don't like it.
I mean, I'm sure it answers a few questions that I have about the current.
It's the introduction.
Star Wars.
It's the introduction.
I love that word.
It's the introduction of Ahsoka and stuff, and then the Clone Wars
General
show
Grievous and stuff.
picked it up and stuff. Yeah.
I don't think we should do it because the list is literally live action, and I can like separate from that. It's like this is live action. We're not doing no exceptions.
Yes.
But if we start making exceptions for like cartoons, it's like, well, why aren't we including other cartoons? So no, we are not. We're just doing live actions.
We are including the shows. Yeah. You're right.
So we might do it later when we feel like it. Not right now. Also, follow the show on Twitch at LonerCast1. Follow Jake at EmergencyPizza_, and follow myself at Fatal_Microwave for all of the updates in the show, anything that our opinions, any reach out, respond,
follow
interact.
me on Twitter to dunk on Jordan Peterson.
Yes, engage with us, please. We need your help. Thanks for watching again. It's been real. It's been fun. Father's Day was just around the corner, but your mother leaves some love too.
That's
even
true.
more than your father. So bend her over and go to Browntown. Okay, end it.